North Korea is often seen through the lens of its powerful leaders, grand military parades, and the imposing presence of its regime. The world's attention is frequently drawn to the spectacle of authority and the strict control that defines the nation's public image. Yet, behind this carefully constructed facade are millions of individual stories that rarely make headlines. Among them, the experiences of North Korean women stand out as both unique and deeply moving, shaped by forces both visible and hidden. Their lives are defined by a rigid social structure where tradition and ideology intersect. From a young age, girls are taught their roles within the family and society, learning to navigate expectations that are both cultural and political. As daughters, wives, and mothers, North Korean women are expected to serve not only their families but also the state. Their daily routines revolve around caring for children, supporting husbands, and upholding the values promoted by the regime. Despite the official narrative of gender equality, which is often displayed in propaganda and public ceremonies, the reality is far more complex and challenging for women. North Korea remains a deeply patriarchal society where women shoulder the heaviest burdens. They work long hours in fields, factories, and homes, often performing physically demanding labor with little recognition or reward. When the state's rationing system fails, it is women who step up to keep their families afloat. They become resourceful market vendors, navigating the informal economy to secure food and basic necessities, often at great personal risk. This double burden, managing both household and economic survival, leaves little room for rest, self-expression, or personal dreams. Exhaustion and sacrifice become a way of life. The crushing weight of responsibility, combined with a lack of basic freedoms and constant surveillance, drives many women to moments of deep reflection. Some begin to dream of a different life, one where they can make choices for themselves. For those who consider escape, the decision is agonizing. Leaving means abandoning everything familiar, family, friends, and the only home they have ever known, while facing the very real dangers of capture and punishment. Yet for many, the hope for a life free from oppression where they can provide a better future for themselves and their children outweighs the risks. This hope becomes a powerful force, pushing them to take unimaginable chances. The stories of these women are powerful testaments to the human spirit's unyielding desire for freedom and dignity. Their courage and determination inspire others, both inside and outside North Korea. These women are not just escapees or survivors. They are symbols of resilience, hope, and the enduring strength of the human will, even in the face of overwhelming adversity. Their voices, though often silenced by fear and repression, speak volumes about the quiet endurance, resourcefulness, and unwavering strength of North Korean women, a story that deserves to be heard by the world. The journey out of North Korea is a desperate gamble, fraught with unimaginable risks and dangers. For many, it begins with a perilous crossing of the Tumen or Yalu rivers, natural barriers that separate North Korea from China. These rivers, while seemingly tranquil, are patrolled by armed guards and present a significant challenge to those seeking freedom. The Tumen and Yalu rivers are more than just geographical boundaries. They are symbols of the divide between oppression and the hope for a better life. Crossing these rivers is often the first step in a long and arduous journey. Women place their trust in brokers, who can be part of trafficking networks, viewing them as commodities. These brokers promise safe passage, but often have ulterior motives, leading these women into a web of exploitation and deceit. Crossing the border is harrowing, with the constant threat of capture by North Korean guards. The fear of being caught and sent back to face severe punishment looms large, making every step fraught with tension. Even if they reach China, they face new fears as illegal immigrants without protection. In China, they are not recognized as refugees and live in constant fear of deportation. Their status makes them vulnerable to exploitation and abuse. Traffickers exploit their vulnerability, trapping them in debt and exploitation. Many women are sold into forced marriages or labor, their dreams of freedom shattered by the harsh reality of their new circumstances. The psychological toll is immense, as betrayal by brokers compounds their trauma. The constant fear, isolation, and abuse take a heavy toll on their mental health, leaving deep emotional scars. They navigate a world where they are seen as less than human, their hopes fading. The isolation and lack of support make it difficult for them to rebuild their lives and find a sense of normalcy. The freedom they risked everything for remains a distant concept. Despite the hardships, their resilience and determination to seek a better life are a testament to their strength and courage. Their journey is not just physical, but a profound emotional ordeal. Each step forward is a battle against despair, and every small victory is a testament to their unyielding spirit. These women are caught in a web of exploitation, their dreams of freedom elusive. The world they navigate is fraught with danger, and their struggle for autonomy is a constant battle. Yet their courage in the face of such adversity is a testament to their strength. Their stories of resilience and hope inspire us to take action and support their fight for freedom. Their stories highlight the urgent need for international attention and action. It is a call to the global community to stand in solidarity with these women and work towards ending their suffering. For many North Korean women, China becomes a marketplace where they are sold into forced marriages or the sex trade. Buyers, often in rural areas, view them as possessions for labor and heirs. Life in forced marriages is modern-day slavery, with isolation and constant threats. Sexual assault is a daily reality and escape is nearly impossible. Some women are sold into brothels, facing overt and brutal exploitation. Traffickers use debt bondage to control them, trapping them in a cycle of abuse. The dream of freedom is replaced by a dark reality of exploitation. These women's bodies are not their own, their futures determined by captors. Their plight underscores the need for urgent international intervention. The greatest fear for North Korean women in China is repatriation. China labels them as illegal migrants, stripping them of protection. Under a bilateral agreement, China repatriates North Koreans, enforcing this policy ruthlessly. Captured women face brutal conditions in Chinese detention centers. Mothers are torn from their children, with no exceptions for trafficking victims. This policy violates international law, yet China prioritizes its alliance with Pyongyang. Women feel betrayed by both brokers and China, facing a journey of shame back to North Korea. They are treated as criminals, not victims, with their brief taste of freedom cruelly snatched away. The international community condemns China's actions, but the practice continues. These women are returned to a system they risked everything to escape. Their stories demand global attention and action to end this humanitarian crisis. For many repatriated women, returning to North Korea is not a homecoming, but a descent into a living nightmare. The moment they cross the border, their fate is sealed by a regime that views them as traitors and criminals, simply for seeking a better life beyond its borders. Upon arrival, they are immediately handed over to the secret police. Here, they are subjected to relentless interrogations, often lasting for days or even weeks, with little food or rest. The goal is not just to extract information, but to break their spirit and force confessions, regardless of the truth. Torture is routine. Beatings, sleep deprivation, and psychological torment are standard methods. Many women are left with lasting physical injuries and deep emotional scars, haunted by the trauma of their treatment. Those who survive interrogation are sentenced to prison camps, where inhumane conditions await. Overcrowded barracks, starvation rations, and unsanitary facilities are the norm. Forced labor is relentless, with prisoners working from dawn until nightfall. Women are forced to toil in dangerous mines or factories, often without protective equipment. Guards watch over them with cruelty, punishing even minor infractions with violence or deprivation. The constant threat of punishment hangs over every moment. Sexual violence is a pervasive threat. Many women live in constant fear of abuse by guards or officials. For those who become pregnant, forced abortions are carried out, often in brutal and unsanitary conditions, adding to their suffering. The regime's obsession with racial purity drives these horrific practices. Any pregnancy suspected to involve a foreign father is met with particular brutality, as the authorities seek to erase any trace of outside influence. Forced abortions and infanticide are not just acts of cruelty. They are crimes against humanity, condemned by international law and human rights organizations worldwide. These women endure not only the loss of their own freedom, but also the destruction of their families and the next generation. The pain of being separated from their children or losing them altogether is a wound that never heals. Their only crime was the hope for a better life, a hope that is punished with unimaginable cruelty and suffering. The international community cannot turn a blind eye. It is imperative to hold North Korea accountable for these atrocities and to demand justice for the victims. These stories are a call to action, highlighting the urgent need for global intervention, support, and solidarity with those who continue to suffer in silence. The suffering of North Korean women is backed by chilling statistics. Human rights organizations track these cases, revealing the human cost of China's policy. Hundreds of North Koreans have been forcibly returned, many of them trafficked women. Despite evidence of trafficking, women are sent back to face torture and forced labor. The crackdown is relentless, with women living in fear of repatriation. These statistics are a record of human tragedy, demanding international attention. The practice of forced repatriation continues despite global condemnation. The fate of these women is a dark stain on the conscience of the international community. The plight of North Korean women has not gone unnoticed. Human rights organizations document cases and lobby for action. The UN and other bodies call on China to protect North Korean escapees. Diplomatic efforts create pressure, sometimes leading to small victories. However, geopolitical interests often take precedence over human rights. The lack of unified action leaves North Korean women vulnerable. Activists continue their struggle, but more is needed from powerful nations. The international community must stand in solidarity with these women. Their stories are a powerful reminder of the universal desire for dignity and freedom. Amidst the bleak landscape, small changes offer glimmers of hope for North Korean women. Women can now obtain driver's licenses and take on jobs previously reserved for men. These changes, driven by practical needs, offer a measure of personal freedom. Women wearing pants or riding bicycles challenge traditional gender roles. However, the core problems of oppression and discrimination remain. These reforms are small cracks in a rigid system, not a fundamental shift. Women still face a lack of political freedom and constant surveillance. These changes are welcome, but do not alter the oppressive reality. North Korean women remain among the most oppressed populations in the world. The story of North Korean women is one of struggle and resilience. They bear the burdens of state labor and family survival in a patriarchal society. Their quest for freedom is fraught with peril, facing new dangers abroad. Small reforms offer hope, but do not dismantle the oppressive system. The international community must act against China's forced repatriation policy. World leaders must apply pressure on Beijing to protect escapees. The voices of survivors must be amplified to hold governments accountable. The future of North Korean women depends on global solidarity. Their struggle is a reminder of the universal desire for dignity and freedom. It is our duty to support their courage and work towards a future of safety and freedom.